That was the overall challenge, just to be able to put the ball in the basket. And it's something we're going to continue to work on and stress as a group. Not enough threes that we were able to shoot, and I think that's a piece of the pace that was too slow for us. I think we have to continue to have quicker actions earlier in the shot clock without the defense being set. Too many times they were able to get their defense set, which is pretty good and tough to play against.
When you look at some of the way that the shots were up against your team, you know, Joe, we didn't see a lot of shots from him and some certain guys. And what did you just make of that?
Yeah, I think overall you're going to see that from defenses. You know, there's no secret we want to shoot threes, and so for them to be able to be pretty tight on our shooters and seeing what else we can do. So it's a great challenge for our group to do other things and to make them react to us. And a lot of times that's going to start with some sort of paint touch, whether that's a drive-by guard or Nick putting pressure on the rim or doing that early in the shot clock to get them moving a little bit more so they can't stay at home with our shooters.
Going back to the offensive piece, you guys had several good looks in the paint that you just couldn't get to go down. How much of that is personnel-based and looking at the scores that you lost, and then how much of that is guys just having to get used to each other and start to build some sort of chemistry?
Yeah, you know me, Brian. I'm not going to give them an excuse. As we continue to grow together, you will learn how to play with different units. And again, a piece of that tonight, different rotations tonight to see if we could mix and match a little bit with the first and second unit, even when small tonight to see what that looks like. But we're not going to give our guys any room to have an excuse. We'll figure it out. Guys will be able to finish at the rim. We'll be able to get two spots and hit guys on time, on target. We are learning each other. We'll use tomorrow again to get more familiar with each other. But great challenge ahead for this group. Looking forward to doing the work to figure it out.
Why weren't you guys able to get shots for Joe tonight? The last couple games, he obviously had two real good games in a row.
Yeah, I think you look at the scout report. He goes 6 for 9 last game. I have him, you know, pretty high on the scout report of chasing him off any kind of look that he would get. They did a great job of really pushing him off his spot, kind of denying him and not giving him clean looks. So we got to look forward to that being a part of scout reports going forward.
Jacque, when you took over on the season, you kind of talked about what you just said, you know, getting to know the new guys, especially the ones who had coached before. I mean, how do you kind of walk the line of, you know, Cam had a good rhythm going before the trade. I mean, how do you kind of walk the line of not taking those guys out of what the groove they were in while also trying to see what you have in the new personnel and what works?
Yeah, the thing is, we have to do it, and we got to do it immediately. So I got to get a pulse of what the new guys can bring to the team, by also trying to not break up that rhythm. But it's always what the group is going to look like at the end of the day. So we want all of them playing well, and so that's the goal, the mission of getting them to do that. I got to put them in the game. I got to see what different lineups feel and look like and see where the holes are in order to really get a good sense of that.
I think Ben played something with like 12 minutes or so tonight. Just what did you see from in those minutes, and why didn't he play, I guess, more than that?
Yeah, and also, you know, Nick played less than his amount of minutes too. So again, it's a matchup a little bit with Brunson being out there trying to throw different bodies with him. The rebounding piece we're always concerned about, so didn't want Ben to be the lone big out there. We tried him with another big. I didn't like that rhythm of the game because we weren't scoring enough at that time. So a lot of different problems thrown at you in the course of a game. You try to figure them out. We got another game before the break, so keeping guys fresh also to hopefully finish off the game before the break.
Is it helpful that you have this break coming up where you can kind of break down a lot of what you don't like on the floor before you step out and play some games after that?
I wish we could practice during the break. That would make it more beneficial. How about that? If you can get that organized, I'm all on board for it. We could use it to get better and know each other a little bit more because, you know, once we come out of break, we got to get rolling.
I'm sure the league office is dying to hear my input.
Without a doubt.
Jacque, this is the fourth straight game you're saying on Ben. This is the fourth straight game that he's played less minutes than the game before. Is it fair to say that if you don't see something from him, is that trend going to continue, or how are you going about that?
I think overall, in tonight, just what we want from each guy is to give everything, every ounce that they have every single game. And all 16 guys are in that bucket and trying to figure out what lineup fits around Ben, what position fits for Ben, how we can make him look good at every opportunity. That's the goal. And I'm still trying to figure that out. That's on me to figure it out. But I think overall, as a team, we're going to try different lineups to try to figure this thing out.
How much harder is it to find lineups that work around Ben? I mean, Ben, when you guys acquired him, I mean, he seemed perfectly suited to play with Katie and Kyrie, a guy who's looking to facilitate and defend and not shoot. I'm just curious how much more difficult it is now to find the appropriate lineups with the way he's playing when you don't have that kind of star gravity.
It's going to be some work that we have to do because you just take a look at what the lineups could potentially look like. You put another big next to Ben, then you got to figure out what the spacing is around him. Then if you put a playmaker next to him, then you got to figure out what Ben looks like without the basketball. Then if you go small with Ben, then you got to figure out, can you rebound enough with him? All right, so the challenges are ahead of us. We'll look them head on. We'll figure it out. We have the personnel to figure it out. Whether it is me mixing and matching throughout different pieces of the game and allowing him to have a group and run with a group, that part we'll figure out. But you see the challenges that lie ahead.
Jacque, you talk about trying to get, roughly 43s of the game, make the math easy. It's about, 10 a quarter. I mean, talk about also increasing the pace and all those other adjustments you have to make with that Kevin and Kyrie. Just how do you maybe get to some of those numbers without it having a domino effect on the rest of the offense and, maybe as a result of the defense too?
Yeah, it puts a lot of pressure on Spencer, I think, as it did tonight. First half, he really kind of carried us a little bit. The big piece of it is that we're going to be able to break guys down and be able to create, drive and kick opportunities to shoot threes. And so some of that pressure is on Spencer to get to the rim, also drive and kick. We're going to hopefully be able to do that with Mikal. Cam can do it at times, creating for others. So that piece of it we'll figure out.